Well, welcome project management students to this series of videos on Microsoft Project. My name is Bill Johnson and I'm one of your instructors as well as the program director for the Masters of Science in Project Management here at St. Mary's University. This is the second video in the series, and this is simply an overview of Microsoft Project, giving you looking at all of the various functionalities as well as the various screens that exist in Microsoft Project. Well, students, when you open up Microsoft Project for the first time, this is what you will see. On the left-hand side here is a list of projects that you will have worked on in the immediate past, and it's a quick, easy access list of those projects. You can also open up other projects down here from the file that you maybe have on your computer. On the on the right hand side here is a series of project templates that exist out there, and you can look at some of the various ones that exist out there. You can see there's a full number of them. However, for all of your classes here at St. Mary's, we'll begin with the blank project up here on the right hand corner. You can also look for various templates up here along this list of tabs that you can do it. There, you can also go out on the internet and search for various templates that exist for Microsoft Project. Over here in the upper right hand corner is where you can sign into Microsoft Project and join and then able to upload projects into the cloud so that you can share it with other people. So this here is really the first page that you will be opening up and seeing. For all of ours, we'll be opening up this blank project here, so let's click on that now. And with that, this is what we will be working in primarily in setting up our projects using Microsoft Project. Up here in the upper left-hand corner, you will see the usual buttons that any Microsoft product has, the quick save button, the undo, redo, and there's a couple of other ones as well, or you can customize that. Then Microsoft Project has a series of tabs, and each of these tabs have a ribbon that is associated with it that contains a number of icons and buttons that you can utilize. The task tab, which is used when really developing your schedule, is the first tab, and it contains a number of various buttons that are very important and we'll be using, including the indenting and outdenting buttons here. We'll be using the linking button, etc. We'll also be using the insert task and the milestone button. All of these various buttons. The resource tab is used when we're working with resources. It includes the team planner, and we'll be getting to that in I believe video 4. So also how to utilize resources and level resources out. There's the report tab, which you can access various reports that Microsoft Project already has created, or you can customize and create your own report as well. There is the project tab, which really is where you will be setting up your environment for your project, which is what video 3 is about, changing the overall work time, general project information, etc. That's what is in the project tab. You have the view tab, which I'm not quite sure how to explain it. It gives you various views, I guess. There are things here that do come in handy, particularly resource. You have access to the resource sheet here. There's also this little handy detail button, which I'll go into when we are working with resources. If you quickly click on it, you can see the screen splits. It's kind of a handy little thing. You can add a timeline, which is right below, or delete it here in the view. And then the format, you will discuss various things such as if you want to choose a different color, etc. Again, Microsoft put some interesting things in some interesting places. For example, the Slack button and the critical task button under the Format tab. Unsure why it's there, but that's where it's at. So, and as you start working in these various tabs, you will start to wonder what other buttons and icons are for, and I encourage you to start clicking on them and getting a feel for it. The one tab I really didn't talk about was the File tab, and if you click on that, it will take you to what is known as the backstage. Here you can create a new project in Microsoft Project or open an existing one. This is where you can save it as well as some various options that we will be working in as well when we're setting up the environment. To get back to what is known as the Gantt chart view, just click on this button up here in the upper left-hand corner, and it brings you back to what is known as the Gantt chart view, which is the view that we'll be looking at here now. And this Gantt chart view, this area here is really divided into two areas. You have the data entry area over here on the left-hand side, and what is the Gantt chart over here on the right-hand side. And you can move this back and forth if you click on the double line and move it over, and you can add more area to your data entry area, or you can do the very opposite thing and add it more over to the right-hand side. In the data entry area, you can see that there are a number of various columns that Microsoft Project automatically puts in. This is an indicator column. You have task mode. You have the task name. What is the overall duration of a task? Its start date, finish date. What is its predecessor? What resources are available to it? You can also add a number of other columns as well. If you click on this down button, you can see that there are a number of possible columns that you can add into Microsoft Project. One that we'll be adding in when we develop our schedule is down here called the successor column. And so that one there. So be aware that you can do that. You can also add another column simply by right-clicking and insert column as well, and you can add another column then. Again, so that is the left-hand side, and that's the data entry side. On the right-hand side is what is known as the Gantt chart. It is really a graphic depiction of what is in the data entry side. Once you start entering data, you'll start to see that this will automatically fill in. It is based on a Monday or Sunday through Saturday calendar. You can see that Saturday and Sunday here are grayed out. Microsoft Project automatically sets its calendar to be Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 p.m. So just be aware of that. The other thing that you should be aware of is that there is this little dotted line here. So I think it has a green hue to it, but maybe it doesn't. And that is today's date. So, and the other thing that you can do with this here is extend out the calendar or shorten it simply through this slide bar down here by clicking on the plus or the minus. So let me do that quickly to show you. You see, it has extended it out or shortened it and then extended it out again. So that is the Gantt chart over on this side, and again the data entry, and what it shows up in the Gantt chart will be dictated by what you enter in the data entry area. Down here in the lower left hand corner is new tasks. What new tasks are created in? And on your copy, it will probably say manual schedule. However, we will not be using manual schedule. We'll be using auto schedule, and I'll show you how to permanently change that in your in Microsoft Project in video number 3 when we set up the environment for our project. Then over here on the right hand side, we're currently looking at the Gantt chart view. There's also a task usage view, as well as a team planner, which we'll be using in when we deal with resources. And then finally, the resource sheet again. So, but for now, we'll keep it in the Gantt chart view. So that kind of gives you an idea of what we are looking at here. One other thing I did want to show you, if you go to the task view, or no, the view tab, underneath tables here, it will allow you to change the data entry area to various tables, including the cost table, etc. So be aware that that does exist as well. And that again, and let me just show you how that is done. Just click and it'll move it to task, or you can go to entry. The other thing I wanted to show you was in the view tab as well. This little detail button comes in very handy. When you have that clicked, the screen will split in two, and the highlighted task on the upper half here will have some more detailed information on the bottom half. And when you unclick it, you can see that that will go away. There is a timeline that you can add if you wish. I don't tend to use it a lot. And that again is up here in the View tab. So those are some specialty buttons that exist in Microsoft Project. Again, I encourage you to start clicking around and just taking a look and seeing what is available to you. So with that, that ends the second video, which is a overview of the environment, overview of Microsoft Project. Again, I encourage you to continue watching these videos, as they will probably be helpful in several of your courses. Again, thanks for watching this second video, an overview. Have a good day.